Well, Morales from Black Women TV. Hello, Miss Spencer. It's always good to see you.
Good to see you.
I always say Octavia's always working behind the scenes, in front of the scene. You know that phrase, that girl know how to keep a job. She know how to get a job. Okay. As I look at her IMDb, she'll take anything. She's gone all the way from nurse number 9 to producer.
Well, I actually won't take anything. I'm pretty discerning about what I choose to do.
All right, so here's this movie, sci-fi element. Obviously you've tackled a lot of genres. When I'm sure you're getting a lot of projects thrown at you. What made you say yes to this one?
I loved that Riz was attached, and after I read the script, I loved the fact that it was a psychological thriller with sci-fi elements, but it's a drama, and at the center of it is this family that's going through, something. And I just, when I read it, I thought that was a wild, wild ride. It felt very impactful because we see things through Malik's eyes, from his perspective. And the fact that the writer director wrote it that way was very interesting, because it made me realize that I want to go through life seeing things from other people's perspective. And I think it made me more empathetic. And we can all be a little more compassionate. So I wanted to be a part of it for all of those reasons.
You seem to play the voice of reason in a lot of your roles. Do you think about that? Like, okay, when you unless it's mom, you're like,
no, I try to bring the
reason.
voice. I try to bring the voice of reason to everything, and whatever it is, though. Like Ma, she had to bring the voice of reason to her. I think that's just part of my process, and how I break down a character, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I am the voice of reason in a lot of things, but I kind of like having that as being the mouthpiece of that, I guess.
For as many projects that you've done, producer, and you're working in front of the screen, and you're working with a lot of directors. What'd you get from Michael that came across as new?
I new. I don't necessarily like new. I like things that aren't new. I like, work ethic. I like a strong work ethic. I like people who are prepared, people who are able to, answer questions, and people who I love working with writer directors, because it doesn't feel new or scary. It feels, I can see the work on the page. I can feel the work on the page, and I know how this person's going to execute it, because we don't have to interpret it through someone else's eyes when you're not the writer, but you're the director. So I would say I like that there was nothing new there, but I love what is new that I loved about this project is the way that he deftly, you know, sprinkled these different elements of genre in there and just kept it all uh, even keel. You know what I mean? Like, you really thought you were going one way, but it actually turned that you're going somewhere else. I thought it was great, and that's one of the things that I loved about working with Michael.
As always, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I like to say maybe I'll see you or talk to you next week. No, you never know, because you're always working. So, like, wherever you are, stay safe. We'll talk around sometime soon.
You have a happy holiday season. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.